morning, park managers, park employees, and vendors. My name is Moses Sherman Jr., and today I'll be giving a tutorial on how to correctly use the 2024-2025 SOPK Location Database. Each area in the Southern Park region has its own unique database. Cabin John has its own database. Martin Luther King has its own database. Meadowbrook has its own database. And Wheaton has its own database. These databases contain all parks with Porta Johns located in them. For this tutorial, I'll be using the Cabin John database to give an in-depth look on how to correctly use it. So to access the database from an email attachment, you want to locate the file that you're looking for. We're looking for Cabin John, and you want to just click it. After clicking the attachment for the specific park you're looking for, a preview of the database should open in your email, allowing you to preview how the database looks. This is the preview in your email. Now, to enter the full view, you want to scroll up where it says Open in Excel and click it to enter a full view of the database. Now that the database is in full view, I can go into a deeper dive on how we utilize each column in this unique database. So let's start with column B. Column B is where you'll go to find the name of the park, the address of the park. In yellow, there's a special footnote on how to correctly find the unit in the park, and under that is how many times the unit gets cleaned. So in column B, the name of the park, address of the park. In yellow is a special footnote on how to correctly find the unit in the park, and under that is how many times the unit gets cleaned per week. We keep scrolling right, we'll land in column C. And column C is where we go to figure out the number of regular units in each park. There's two types of units. We have ADA units, which are wheelchair accessible and bigger than regular units. And then we have regular units, which are smaller and not wheelchair accessible. So to figure out the number of regular units in each park, you go to column C. And column D is utilized practically for the same thing. You go here to figure out how many wheelchair accessible units, which are ADA units, are in each park. If you keep scrolling right from column C and D, we land in column E. And from column E to column P, this is where you'll go to figure out the duration of time each unit stays in the park for. So as you can see, from columns E to P, we have named every month, and under that we have a bar diagram to depict how long each unit stays in the park for. So if you see this yellow bar, you see that it starts in April and it ends in November. That means it gets dropped off in April and picked up in November. But if you see a bar gram that starts in January and goes all the way to December, that's an all year round unit and it does not get picked up. So from columns E to P, this is where you go to find the duration of time that each unit stays in the park for. Now that we have covered columns E through P, we can keep scrolling to the right where we'll land in column Q and R. And Q and R are practically utilized for the same thing as well. Q is where you'll go to find the total number of months each regular unit stays in each park for. And R is where you'll go to find the ADA units. So Q is where you find the number of months each regular unit, and R is where you find the total months each ADA unit. Now we have discussed what column Q and R are utilized for. We could keep moving to the right and we land in column S. And column S is utilized for just order numbers. We added order numbers to the database for communication. It's easier to communicate with our vendors when we have the order number. So we added it to the database so we can pick and pull and add to emails if we ever have any concerns about any units in the park. We have all the order numbers for each unit. Now we keep scrolling right, we land in column T. And column T is where we put special instructions. So just like in column B where the footnote was, we just go into detail in column T to help better find the units. Some units are very tricky to find in the park and some have more than one unit. So in column T, we break down how to really find the units if you're still having trouble Now that we know what column T is utilized for, we can keep scrolling to the right where we'll land in column U. Column U is where we store all the location links to help the Porta-John technicians better find the units in the park. At one point, Porta-John technicians were having a hard time locating our Porta-Johns in the park, so we added this location link for each part. Now let me show you how these links work. Say if we got a call from a Porta-John technician and they said they couldn't locate a unit in Avondale. We will go to the location link under Avondale and click that link where Google Earth will open up. Once Google Earth is open, it should look like this. On the left hand, you can see that we have all 4 of the areas in the Southern Park region, and all areas have their own unique logo. Cabin John has its own unique logo. MLK, its own logo. Meadowbrook, its own logo. And Wheaton, its own logo. The unit that we'll be using for this tutorial video is located in Avondale under Cabin John. So to find the park, you want to go to the left hand where all the areas are named and hit expand folder. Once you hit expand folder under Cabin John, you find the park, which is Avondale, and double click it to enter a street view. Once you're in the street view, you could use the scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in and out, and the arrows on the bottom to navigate you around the park so you can easily depict where the Porta-Johns are in the park. We went ahead and added the picture on Google Earth. We added the pictures of the unit in the parks now, currently. We added how many ADA units, how many regular units, the address, and the coordinates. Now, say if you wanted to search for another park without going back to the database, or if you wanted just to exit the street view, you'll hit this top arrow in this left-hand corner where it says exit street view. You just click that, and now you're back to the drop-down list. You can hit collapse folder, and you could just pick any area that you want, find a park, double click it, and it's going to fly you there. So once again, you want to use the scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in and out, the arrows on the bottom to navigate you around the park. We've added the number of units, the address, the coordinates, and a picture of the updated unit in the park. To exit, you want to go up top where it says exit street view, click it, and now you're back to the drop-down menu. You can hit collapse folder, and now we're back to square one. Now that we know how to correctly use the links in column U, we can continue to move right where we land in column V. Column V is coordinates. So these are the coordinates. This is the exact coordinates where every unit is in the park. Column W is QR codes. Every Porta-John has its own specific QR code that identifies each Porta-John. So we went ahead and put that in the database to make communication between us and the vendors easy. And column X is where we just place the photos that we use on Google Earth in the database. So if you don't want to go to Google Earth, you can just also look at the pictures in the database. All these pictures are the current pictures of what the units look like in the park. I hope this tutorial video is as useful as we intended it to be. I hope the database is used to its full capabilities. My name is Moses Sherman Jr., EAM/Data Entry Specialist at Cabin John. Have an amazing rest of your day.